Okay, this week we're focusing on phonology, which is very much related to what we covered last week, phonetics. But this time we're not only focusing on sounds, the sounds of human language, but we're looking at specific languages and the patterns that are in the specific languages. Okay, so let's take a look at the assignments that we have. There are 4 assignments this week, a quiz, a couple summaries, and then a discussion. So the quiz, again, is based on Dr. Ashworth's video and a PowerPoint, okay? So watch the video first, and then while you're taking the quiz, make sure that you have the PowerPoint open so you can refer to it. Okay. Then our first summary is comparing Hmong phonology to English phonology, and especially thinking about Hmong speakers who are learning English or English speakers who are learning Hmong. So thinking about those 2 groups. I've got some links for you to check out right here, and then just a couple charts here with the consonants of Hmong and English and the vowels of Hmong and English. So you can see that these sounds over here are the consonants that Hmong has that English does not. And then the consonants that are over here are the sounds that English has that Hmong does not. And then in the middle, these are the consonants that both languages have. Okay, so just a typical Venn diagram. And then what I'm asking you to do, most of the points are about understanding how the 2 phonological inventories overlap or don't overlap. So just give me 3 words, okay? Any 3 words that you can think of that Hmong speakers would have trouble pronouncing. So, think about any words that have only these consonants, all right, that would be particularly difficult for Hmong speakers. And then the second thing is, based on what you've read about Hmong phonology at these links, or maybe what you know about it personally, what do you think is going to be the most difficult thing about learning Hmong for an English speaker? There's really no right or wrong answer to this one, but there is one pretty obvious answer that most students put as their answer for that one. Okay. Then we're going to be talking about teaching phonological awareness and why it's so important. So I've got a video here for you, an article, and then you're just going to be answering these questions here, parts 1 and 2. Okay. And then finally, the last thing is about just an overall view of phonetics and phonology. So this is a very open-ended question. Just tell me what's the most important thing that you learned over the past couple of weeks, something that you really feel you're going to take with you or that made a big impression on you over the last 2 weeks. And then the responses are also very open-ended. So try to pick one thing or one sentence or one single thing that your classmates said and comment on it, give some extra information or some feedback to that. That's kind of the easiest way to respond to something like that. Okay, and then that takes us to the end of the week. Let me know if you have any questions or any problems, and I am very much looking forward to seeing what you say in the discussion. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.